page HITC Sport, and first of all, calm down. Alright, clearly, if you've clicked on this video, then you're a fan of football. Either that or your pudgy finger just slipped when you were trying to click on the movie trailer for Hitch. You know that one where Will Smith tries to teach comic book nerds how to talk to a human woman? I mean, nowadays, instead of paying the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they've got Tinder and a roll of toilet paper. But yes, the news broke last night. I was happily licking marmalade off the inside of my neighbor's bin when I heard that Real Madrid have made a 160 million euro bid for Kylian Mbappe. And it's fair to say that broke the internet.
Ooh la la. I cannot believe what I have just read. This is the most exciting news to have ever happened to football.
I don't get it. This guy used to be in Hollyoaks, and that's his best attempt at feigning excitement? Do you really think this guy spent last night struggling to sleep because Madrid tried to buy Mbappe? Is it really that big a deal? I mean, Kylian Mbappe has been linked to Real Madrid ever since the media found out that he used to have posters of Ronaldo on his bedroom wall. I mean, so clearly he's gonna follow in his footsteps, right? I mean, not necessarily. I used to have photos of Frodo Baggins on my wall, and you don't see me trying to smash Millwall fans over the head with a broken bottle.
Kylian Mbappe wants to leave Paris Saint-Germain. I think he could go to Real Madrid, and therefore we could be about to embark on one of the most crazy, wild, and beautiful journeys that football has ever seen.
This is almost a sick excitement on par with Norman Bates. I mean, somebody tell me that's not the face of a serial killer. But, Florentino Perez, what are you doing? This man is borderline obsessed with Kylian Mbappe. It's almost getting a bit weird now. I wouldn't be surprised if that man spends 6 hours a day trying to Google what Kylian Mbappe looks like in the shower. That man probably spends at least 3 hours trawling through OnlyFans just in case. Good grace, have you not noticed? He has drip-fed a bunch of ex-Madridistas into the PSG squad. Probably as spies so they can send them bottles of Mbappe sweat in the post. It's borderline scary. Mbappe, lock your doors at night. I mean, I've just watched 4 Scream films in a row, so I wouldn't be surprised if your girlfriend catches Perez squatting in your shower. Right now, he's probably in your wardrobe trying to smell your shoes. This is weird. It is an Mbappe obsession. It reminds me of when that guy who looked like he shoots cats at the airport spent 5 years stalking Jodie Foster. Just very weird. By the way, lads, trying to hit 600,000 subscribers as soon as possible. If you're new here and not yet subscribed, slap that red subscribe button in the nose. Absolute legends. Right, let's get back into the video. Well lads, this is the reality. There's only 6 days left of the summer transfer window, and when the next summer transfer window reopens, Mbappe will cost less than a Milky Way. If Mbappe so clearly has his heart set on Spain, then Madrid, what are you worried about? Can Carlo Ancelotti not wait until June? Keep your £137 million paycheck in your pocket and just pick him up on a free in 2022. Real Madrid are £1 billion in debt. They're in the middle of stadium renovations. What is this? This is like your average working class man having gambled away his family's life savings. He's trying to build a new house out of planks of wood and chunks of tea leaves. Oh, and then he goes and spends £1,000 for a mail order bride from Bulgaria on the internet. I'm pretty sure your actual wife would react to that by chucking your clothes on the lawn. This is the financial sensibility of Father Ted Crilly. How are La Liga able to sanction this? Barcelona are also in debt, and they were told to dump the greatest footballer of all time. In what suit pocket does Perez just happen to have 160 million euros lying around? Perez, what happened? Did Gary Neville shouting at you on the television in April just cause you to have some sort of nervous breakdown? Did being painted as football's biggest villain since Sepp Blatter turn your brain into wet cottage pie? I mean, right now, he's basically a supervillain in James Bond. And I'm convinced he's only wanting to sign Mbappe from PSG now to get back at them for not joining them in the Super League. I get the lure of Real Madrid, but Mbappe, don't move to them now. It's a mostly over-the-hill squad just living in the past, exemplified no more by the fact they've just stole a manager from Everton. I know it's Carlo Ancelotti, but I'm sorry. If he's spending his twilight years coaching Michael Keane and Josh King, then clearly he's past his best. Looking through their squad, just like a paraplegic panda, there is a notable absence of a spine, and one of the players they're relying on to score goals this season is the same one still sulking that he wasn't allowed to move to China. Your best player, the one you rely on every week, is the same striker you bought in 2009. I know Karim Benzema is still world class, but for a club with the standards and money of Real Madrid, a club who get bored every 5 minutes, then this is like Ed Sheeran continuing to wear the same piss-smelling shoes that he used to wear during his teenage years sleeping on the bus. Good grace, Real Madrid have always been a cutthroat club where mediocrity is not tolerated. Every transfer window at this club looked like it was directed by George R.R. Martin. Every summer it was like the Red Wedding. But where is the call now? Where is the punishment for failure? No, Luka Jovic and Eden Hazard instead earn a combined £582,000 a week. To do what? Imitate a couple of stale hamburgers? A word on Chelsea though. They've just made Romelu Lukaku the most expensive footballer of all time when you add together the 5 transfer fees of his career. Well, Mbappe would surpass him with just 2 transfers, he would suddenly be the most expensive footballer of all time. And guess what? Chelsea had him on trial in 2012. Yeah, you know that Belgian wonderkid you signed from Lille that summer? Yeah, well a 13-year-old child who you rejected for not being able to defend is about to make him look like a chunk of burnt scrambled egg on the bench of Real Madrid. You had Mbappe playing in the same youth team as Dominic Solanke, and you chose Solanke? I thought Jurgen Klopp choosing Solanke over Danny Ings to put on the bench for a Champions League final, I thought that was bad. This is hilarious. Apparently though, PSG have rejected the initial opening bid, which only proves that the directors of PSG actually have the financial business acumen of a garden gnome. I'd have assumed with a plethora of world-class free transfers you've acquired this summer that the opposite would be true, but no. You have a star employee refusing to sign multiple contracts at your club and who will be able to leave next summer for free. Nothing! And you're being offered £137 million to get out of this mess. I mean, take it, snap their arm off. If you do, then this summer, despite adding 6 world stars including the GOAT, this summer you will have actually made a profit of £77 million. In business terms, that would arguably be the greatest transfer window of all time. How can you stick your head in the sand like this? Accept it, Mbappe is leaving Paris and it's either now for a fat chunk of cash or it's next summer for less than the price of a box of sugar puffs. You decide, but you can't ignore this. Even the way the PSG president has spoken about Mbappe's desire to leave. 2 weeks ago, he passively aggressively told the media that Mbappe has no excuses to leave now after Messi's arrival. Does that really sound like a healthy relationship? Does that really sound like you're taking Mbappe seriously? No excuses. I mean, do you not think Mbappe might be sick of playing in France? That maybe as a world star, he might want to test himself instead of competing in his 7th consecutive season in Ligue 1. Yes, the opportunity to play with Messi is incredible, but if anything, the arrival of a 6-time Ballon d'Or winner is just going to make the division even more of a mismatch. Does Mbappe really want to travel to Strasbourg and Metz to stroll around the pitch and win 7-0 every week without even breaking a sweat? Maybe he realized that his dreadful performance at Euro 2020 might have been as a result of playing against pudding centre backs who've just come straight from the pub. So to come out and undermine his career ambition with no excuses. Alright, it's like if your wife comes to you with divorce papers because she's suddenly sick of living in a rundown caravan site and forced to eat nothing but toast and armpit hair for dinner every week. I mean, she's sick of you constantly smelling of dog food and looking like a foot. And so what? You think buying her a fancy new watch will placate her?
No excuses?
So disrespectful. Just let him go.
Oh, but PSG don't want to lose the most famous French footballer on the planet.
Well, good news, because Mbappe isn't the most famous French footballer. No, Pogba is. There are 65-year-old retired housewives who live in a bog of the backwaters of Sierra Leone who haven't seen a television since the late 1960s, and they still know who Paul Pogba is. Good Christ, the man appears on billboards in Tokyo. He's on the side of bus stops in Moldova. He's probably on TV adverts for toothpaste out the backwaters in Nicaragua. Don't underestimate, he is the David Beckham of today. So sell Mbappe, sign Pogba, who in the French league will look every inch as good as Zidane, and suddenly the amount of PSG shirts sold with Pogba and Messi's name on the back, it would be mouth-watering. But it's not just Mbappe who's the big story this week. No, apparently one of the biggest agents in world football is trying to put together a deal that would take Mbappe to Real Madrid and Cristiano Ronaldo to PSG. Ronaldo and Messi in the same team. Okay, the little boy inside me wants to say,
Father O'Reilly, can you please stop asking to sniff my feet?
but also,
Ronaldo and Messi in the same team?
okay, maybe now I can understand why Roy Jennings looked like he was kissing the inside of his mouth. But I love how last week Ronaldo hit out at the disrespectful reports that he could leave Juventus for another club this summer. Good Christ, it was 5 paragraphs. For a football player, that's pretty much the length of a short book. Honestly, I'm not even sure this man can read, so for him, that was like writing 5 Harry Potter books in one night. But being linked to Man City, I'm sorry, is this 2008? I mean, that was the last time they were apparently reading a £135 million bid for the guy. You know what? I admire the ambition back then to try and sign the Ballon d'Or champion when you've got Mark Hughes in the dugout and Benjani on the bench. Trying to sign Ronaldo and be forced to settle for the plan B of Craig Bellamy. That was peak Manchester City when they first got rich. When the owners had to realise they couldn't sign all the best players in the world when they've got Tal Ben Haim at the back. Making a £150 million bid for the Euro 2008 winning champion goalkeeper Iker Casillas from Real Madrid, and then a month later being forced to drag in a downbeat Shay Given from relegation battle at Newcastle. Oh, it was peak Man City. But listen, Ronaldo at PSG is a nice thought, but you're completely forgetting the fundamentals of a Messi-Ronaldo rivalry. Why do you think Messi was so desperate to join a team who could challenge for the Champions League instead of, I don't know, collecting cash on a beach in Miami, handing his dignity and self-respect in at the airport to spend his twilight years taking orders from Phil Neville? I mean, don't get me wrong, Phil might shake the Neville gene to actually wind up a good coach. But looking at his management CV, I mean, he just spent 3 years praying that none of his squad get pregnant. So I'm guessing every time he sees Gonzalo Higuain's belly in the morning, his heart must skip a beat. But yes, Messi wants a 5th Champions League title to draw level with Ronaldo. And Ronaldo wants a 6th Ballon d'Or to draw level with Messi. They don't want to help each other score goals, no. Over the last 15 years, they've been conditioned to feel a sick taste of vomit in their lungs whenever they see the other one celebrating. So joining forces, no. And would it be a clever move? PSG strike force at the end of the season would be 30 years old, 35 years old, and 37 years old. That is a combined age of 102. What? And moving to the Etihad, he's already said he would never do this. This man who still gets his name sung at Old Trafford. So lining out against them in the Manchester derby again, it's never going to happen. If it does, Adam Alcola will probably pull off his ears live on the kickoff. Anyway, apparently City don't want to pay the £25 million asking fee anyway. Are you serious? The same chunk of cash you pocketed from the sales of Douglas Luiz and Jack Harrison. 2 players you'd even forget were even at City. Even the City fans apparently don't want him. Lads, the mere sight of Manchester United fans weeping into a Kleenex when they see one of the biggest heroes in their club's recent history fire the winner against them at the Stretford end, that would be worth the fee alone. Tell a City fan back in 2008, when Ronaldo was lifting the Champions League in Moscow, that one day you'd see the Portuguese line out in blue for you one day, even at the age of 36. You'd yank their arm clean out of their sockets. But it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna see Ronaldo living back in Manchester, again working his way through the cast of Hollyoaks. It's not gonna happen. Anyway, that's it. Let me know the show. What do you think? Alright, do you think the Mbappe Ronaldo deal will come off? Let me know. It's utter madness. Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while.